Howdy do, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my students. Welcome to this reading of Ruby on the Outside. All right, let's get started. Tell her the truth. Tell her I had to go see my friend, I say. Do you think she'll understand? I know she will, Matu says. Here, take a flashlight with you. I nod. Even though Matu doesn't like me walking around after dark, she lets me. Lulu is stopping at every fence post to either sniff, squat down, and pee on top of whatever it is she is smelling. I thought only boy dogs did that, but I let her take as much time as she likes. I like the condo neighborhood at night like this. No one is around, just a few other people walking their dogs. A couple of people, a man and a woman, are all dressed up, coming down their stairs to their car. I guess they are going out for a Saturday night party or something. But mostly it's empty and quiet. I especially love walking by the pool at night. The water is perfectly still, like a mirror. There is only one little yellow light on by the clubhouse that lights up just that one section of concrete and a patch of green grass. I have one long block to figure out what I am going to tell Margaret. I know I want to do it now, before Camp Monday, before I chicken out. What am I going to tell her? I know that I want to tell her. I want Margaret to know that I love my mother, that my mother is not dead like Caleb's mother and Sarah Plain and Tall, and that my mother is in prison. That's where I was today, Margaret, visiting my mother in prison, and that's where I'll be every Saturday unless we have something more important to do. If that is, you still want to be my friend, and we have something more important or fun to do. I'm imagining the whole conversation in my head, and so far it's going pretty well. Or maybe I'm actually talking out loud. Excuse me? Are you saying something to me? It's Mrs. Holkrider walking her dog, Ringo. I look up. Oh no, sorry, I say, just talking to myself. Lulu and Miss Holkrider's golden retriever are sniffing each other's bottoms, and Lulu ends up walking right under Ringo's whole body so that our leashes get all tangled. No worries, Mrs. Holkrider says. She drops her end of the leash and lets Ringo untangle himself. I talk to myself all the time. When Mrs. Holkrider and Ringo move past, I see Margaret. She is heading right toward me. Ruby, she calls out, I was just going to your house. I just called your house, and your mom said you were, you're Matu. I was hoping. Oh, Lulu. Oh, hi, Lulu. By the time she is done talking, we are standing right next to each other. Lulu is wagging her tail like crazy, trying not to jump up onto Margaret because she knows she's not supposed to jump on people. It's okay, I say. I was just coming to you. You were? There's a little worn dirt path that winds through the woods around all the condo units, the pool, the clubhouse, and all the parking lots. Without saying another thing, we start walking that way, the three of us. Then when we get near the woods that separates the whole condo unit from the road, the mosquitoes join us. Margaret is swatting her hand around her head like crazy. This one bug, she says, it's been flying around my ear the whole time. Why won't it go away? I've got one by me too, a buzzing insect circling me no matter how far or how fast we walk. Oh, I know. I am holding Lulu's leash in one hand and waving my hand from my face to the back of my neck. Don't you ever wonder how this tiny bug can wander so far away from home? Margaret is asking and swatting. What do you mean? For us to walk around this path is no big deal, but for this tiny bug, it's the equivalent of like hundreds of miles, isn't it? She bats at the air next to her ear. So this bug stays flying around your head. It won't go away, but we are still walking, so it's moving farther and farther from its home. Doesn't its family wonder where it is? How will it find its way back? I never thought of that. What a dumb little bug. I don't know. Do bugs have homes? Margaret looks at me. I think so. They're supposed to. If they are alive, then they were born. They must have a family of 200 or 300 brothers and sisters and a father and a mother, and she finally stops talking. I felt like I am standing at the end of the diving board when you are so scared, but if there's 1 second when the thought enters your head to jump, you jump. I start. Margaret, my mother's not dead. I got that from a book. Sarah Plain and Tall? You know it? Margaret nods. Yeah, I thought it sounded familiar, especially when you used the name Caleb for the pet dog. That was kind of a dead giveaway. But you didn't say anything. Well, I figured there was something you'd tell me when you felt like it, Margaret said. Yeah, something like that. Lulu stops to sniff at a tuft of tall grass that looks exactly like the tuft of tall grass we just passed a few seconds ago, but apparently to Lulu it's something completely new and exciting. Her nostrils flare open at the sides and she sucks in the air. My mother's in prison, I say it. Lulu looks up to the sound of my voice, like maybe my tone startled her, but then she just continues to waddle ahead. Margaret and I fall into step with her. Oh, Margaret says. She looks like she doesn't know what to say or think or feel, and I sure can't blame her for that. I've never told anyone that before. You were the first one, I say. I'm glad you told me, Margaret says. We keep walking, which is good because we both have to look straight ahead in the direction we are going, and you should always look down in case some other dog wasn't as considerate as Lulu to go in the bushes. So Matu is not your mother? No, I tell her. She's my aunt. She's my mother's sister, Barbara. Her real name is Barbara, but she's like your mom too? Yeah, exactly, I say. Matu, I like that, Margaret says. So you're not mad at me? I ask, keeping my gaze focused on the ground. Of course not, Margaret says, but I am not that convinced. I didn't mean to lie to you. I just never wanted anyone to know. I feel Margaret's fingers reaching for my hand. When she has it, she squeezes it. I get that, but I'm not anyone, she says. I'm your best friend. I always knew I wanted a best friend, but I never knew a best friend would want me. And I am yours, I say. To be continued, to be continued. We walk the path holding hands, Lulu leading the way.